A Court of Fairies and Fiction. ACOTAR Girls Podcast. Hosts Mel, Liv, Aka, and Lily. A bookish theory and discussion podcast for the ACOTAR, Crescent City, and Tug series, as well as our Fable Book Club reads. Special episode, interview with Amanda Forstrom.
Welcome back. Today we have a guest on, Amanda, who plays Morrigan. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm super excited to be here with you guys and actually, talk about more, but also learn from you guys about all of the theories and all of the things. And
you
and
are
books,
in for a ride.
Books maybe 6 through 8. Do we know what's going on? I'm super excited.
Oh my God. We were so thrilled to have you when you emailed us back. We were like, oh my God, we get more because we have so many questions about your character.
Oh my gosh, I do too. And I voice her, but I still have so many questions. And so I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys think about it from like sort of looking at the whole picture instead of maybe more inside of it. So
yeah, we go down so many rabbit holes. We have forever. And it's just like the more we do rereads, the more questions we have instead of answers.
It's a whole Lauren at this point.
Yeah. It's wild.
It's Discovery Channel.
Yeah. But anyways, let's see. We have a lot of questions. I know we sent you the whole sheet. It's a lot. We know it's a lot.
No, that's all right. I was going through and I was like, dang, you guys are
little
good.
Sub-questions.
Thorough. Yes. Love it. Some will definitely be easier to answer than others, I think. So
yeah. Whew. I was making the sheet because everybody sent me all their stuff and I was like, oh my God, there's like part A, part B, part C. I'm like, I gotta condense these.
I love it. I love it. Let's bring it.
Yeah. And Lily actually has a Moore dress behind her that she found at a thrift shop.
I thrifted it for $10 at a Goodwill like last.
Mwah. It's gorgeous.
It's got the slit,
and it's got that, like, it looks like it has that, like, silky sheen to it.
It's satin, yeah.
And
it's got a sort of a drop weight, so it, like, sits really nice. It hugs the curves.
Okay, I need to go thrift shopping with you, for sure.
Right.
Oh my gosh, please. I know all the good places.
Can I ask where you live? Is that weird? I don't want to, like, out anybody.
Well... Liv and I live in Arizona. She lives closer to Phoenix. I live closer to Mexico.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, so I might have to fly down there because I'm up in the Midwest. But I am a thrift queen. I love it. Consignment, antique shops. Let's do it. That's totally my alley.
I'm all the way across the country from them in Boston.
Yeah, same.
So.
I'm East Coast in Georgia. Like we are all over.
All over.
So here's a dumb question. Could I ask you guys, like, how did you meet and who was reading what first? And like, what is the origin story of this podcast?
I think me and Mel's story kind of is the easiest because it's from last year.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of like online just trash talking going on and stuff, and like she and I were advocating for a lot of people and just being like, hey, that's not okay, whatever. And then like I reached out to her because I was like, hey, yeah, so I saw that you like Tamlin and stuff, and I actually have this heirloom family ring that looks like the engagement ring that Tamlin gave to Farah, and it's been in my family for like 3 generations.
Beautiful.
So I texted her and I was like, hey, I have this. and she was just like,
I have one that looks just like it.
Yeah. So that's how we became friends. And then I got added as a co-host for the podcast only a few weeks ago because I'd done a guest episode for a romance novel. And so now we're here.
I think the lore is with me and Olivia is basically kind of the same thing. We both really loved Tamlin and felt bad for him. And there's not a lot of people in the fandom that do that. So we went down this whole rabbit hole.
Are we about to make people mad?
Definitely.
Because I kind
of feel likes us because of that opinion.
I kind of feel the same way. Like this We'll get into it. We'll get into
Yeah.
it.
We'll
Sorry, go
definitely get
ahead.
into it.
So basically we went through that whole thing, and then we kind of read Crescent City around the same time, and we went through this whole rabbit hole of long story short, this character in Crescent City who we think is Reese's sister who's still alive. And we're like, oh my God, did Tamlin save her? That must be the whole big thing that he's keeping secret and all this stuff. So we went through this whole theory, and we're like, people need to hear a theory on this. And so we're like, let's start a podcast because we have really unpopular opinions. And I think it would do a service to the people that don't kind of think like the mainstream people. And that's kind of how it started. And then beginning of last year, Eka joined the group because she was commenting on all our stuff, and she was like, oh my God, I have so many opinions about this too. And I was like, let's add a third person. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
But
And
yeah,
I-
it basically just started.
Tog.
Yeah.
I've read all of Tog.
Yeah. And she had read all of Tog. We were beginning to read Tog. And so we had theories on that, and it just kind of spiraled. And now we're
I
here.
love it.
I had read
And now we're
both
here.
of those back in high school, and it's Crescent City that I've been like, oh, I really just cannot read this series. I
Yeah.
got to book 3, and Mel was like, you really need to read it. And I was
You
like,
really need to.
I'm really struggling past like chapter 3.
I was like, feel free to
I
rant to
love
me.
HJM, but it's just so slow.
There's a lot of world building at first. There's a lot.
And Mist and
Good
Fury is
to
my
know.
comfort read, so
Okay.
yeah.
Good to know. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard when the comfort read or the fun reads are kind of a slog.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
and so did she write those first?
She wrote
She
Tog
wrote Tog
first,
first,
and
and
then
then
ACOTAR.
ACOTAR.
Or then-
Tog was still being written as the first ACOTARs were coming out, since it started
Yes.
as a trilogy, and then she added Crescent City into it.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's crazy. So she was writing ACOWAR around the same time she was writing Tower of Dawn. And so there's a lot of kind of not cross-referencing, but there's a lot of mirrors between some of the scenes and some of the actions. And then it was around ACOWAR that she realized, like, oh my God, I can really do like a multiverse because I really want to write this other series. And I have a huge idea for it for a multiverse. And so that's kind of where that started and how she like got into the crossover in the last Crescent City book, which is why we're like, where's the next book?
Hurry up!
Hurry up!
Hurry up.
Too many questions that are unanswered.
So many. Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, we were a little upset because when the crossover came, we were like, okay, well, the only people missing are like from the inner circle are Elaine and Moore. Where are they? This is weird. I'm like, so the truth person and the seer aren't there. Interesting. But yeah, we went down this whole rabbit hole, and if you ever go back to like season 1 of the podcast, it's like me and Olivia had really bad cameras and like no mics, but we were just going off about this like Tamlin and Reese's sister theory that started everything, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, pretty great.
Love it.
But anyways, let's get started on your questions because I know there are a lot. The first one that we love to ask everybody that comes on that voice acts is, how did you get into voice acting?
Oh my gosh, this wow, it's been a long time.
Really?
Longer than I quite realized that I've been working with graphic audio. But firstly, I'm like a stage and film actress. Like that's what I do normally. And so I was doing a show with a guy associated with graphic audio who does a lot of books. And we were kind of bantering back and forth in accents. And he was like, oh, you're because the show had a different accents and whatever. And he's like, well, you're kind of good at this. And I was like, well, as a kid, you know, it was like so annoying to my mother. My dad's like, what kind of kid is this? You know, and just because I loved storytelling, and so I mean, even my Barbies had different the drama
I
of the
remember that.
Barbies, and like, oh my
that
goodness.
phase.
Yes. The soap operas, the length of the
Yes.
drama, you
Yep.
know, and you know, different accents and countries that they came from, whatever. And I don't know, I just
Soap
like
opera family.
yes, and so for some reason I just kind of like developed maybe an ear for it at a young age. And then so this gentleman, his name is Tim, he was like, well, why don't you come and audition for us, because we need some people who are adept at different dialects. And
Yeah.
I don't know how much I have this anymore, but he's like, you kind of have a younger sounding voice, you know, so sometimes
Yeah.
I would do kids and stuff.
Mhm.
And so I passed the audition
That's so cool.
and started working with them on various books. And that's kind of where it started. I did a couple radio spots in grad school, but that was more my own voice.
Yeah.
So being able to do characters was like, oh, this
So
is a
much
thing.
fun.
And this is so much fun. Oh my gosh. Like sometimes the directors will be like, oh, you know, sorry, there's not more for you in this book. And there's only like 10 lines. And I'm some like alien creature that's vampire thing, whatever. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is
who
like,
cares? I get to
who
do
cares?
It once,
This is super fun. And I'm like, okay, here's what I've been thinking. How about this like weird, you know,
Oh
this
my
voice,
gosh.
this voice. And they're just like,
Go
okay,
for it.
what's wrong with you? But yeah, go for it. So it's been super fun, and like it's
gosh.
kind of developed into a bigger part of my artistic life, which is
So
really cool.
so like, do you know what year or like how many, like what year you started graphic audio and how many books you've done? That was just off the top of my head. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No,
just kind of
probably around, probably for 10 years I've been with graphic audio.
That's
maybe
awesome.
maybe 11. And I think if I searched one time, and I think I have like over like almost 300 titles.
Wow.
And that's like, you know, and that's probably like including my 10 lines as creature 12.
That's
you know,
still really impressive. Holy crap.
but it's been super fun. And I, you know, a lot of the folks that work there are also stage, film actors, and they're just really the directors are just so wonderful at knowing stories and knowing the structure of stories and how best to tell them, because they are actors or directors themselves, outside of just audiobook narration and engineering. So they're just the craziest, awesomest group to work with.
We've heard a lot of good things about Colleen Delaney. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, she is just the biggest gem in the world. Yes, and she's just so smart. Oh my gosh, she's so smart. And her husband is also an actor and director.
Oh wow.
Yes, and so they're just like a dynamic duo. They're great, and they like their personalities sometimes are very opposite, and they're just they're hilarious together. Like, you know, I'll work with MJ and I'll be like, say hi to Colleen and the girls, you know, and he's like, I won't do that. No, he's very sarcastic and no nonsense, and she is just the kindest. And so like together they're just like, oh,
it's so funny because I was looking up like, you know, the voice actors or whatever, and I always see like Colleen Delaney, MJ Erickson. I was like, I wonder. So good to know.
Maybe did I spill the beans?
Spill the beans. I was like, I don't know, huh? Eka, do you want to do question 2?
Yeah. So how did you hear about the part for the Morrigan? Were there any other characters you auditioned for?
As far as ACOTAR, I don't know if I auditioned for Feyre. I don't think so, maybe. But Colleen specifically was asking, and like I think how it worked, but I'm not sure, is that she kind of had an idea in her head, and then, you know, got feedback from Miss Mass, and then was collected a bunch of different samples that we read. So we auditioned, and then you know, if they were listening together in a session and just kind of like blindly like, oh, that voice is what I, you know,
That's so
felt
cool.
in my or heard in my head, or you know. So
oh
but
god.
yeah, and I think that leads into another question about did I actually like audition for SJM, or like did she
Yeah.
like I didn't know if she, I mean, I'm sure she heard it, but I
Mhm.
don't, but I wasn't ever like in
Okay.
a Zoomer reading with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Right.
think they just like take the cuts and then they play, and then they kind of narrow down from there. But again, I can't speak too much to the process.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
That's still really cool though, that like she listens to a bunch of voices and is like, this one, and then it's like, you you get
Right.
it.
And I think some authors, and especially with this series, I'm sure are, you know, because the fandom is huge,
Very particular.
some very particular. And so some people, some authors are way involved in the process and some are less involved. So
So what did you know about Moore's character before you auditioned for the role? If anything.
If anything.
okay, so I'd heard of the books. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. And I hadn't read them yet.
Ooh.
Had not read them yet. And was, you know, doing my like best to Wikipedia, because you know your audition and then it's just like the next day. It's not like you
Yeah.
have time to read the whole
my
series,
God.
right? And so I was like,
No
this, yeah, right. And I was like, oh shit, maybe I should not have Googled this. Maybe I should have just read it and done my best. But no, I hadn't read the books beforehand. So what I knew about her was like from what the internet, and you know, I also looked at pictures and kind of doing what other actors do is like you find quotes that other characters say about her, which is really, you know,
There's
which
plenty.
Oh no.
there's plenty, right? Which is so
It
to the
depends
point,
on who you chose.
Yikes.
right? So yeah, in that way, I'm glad I didn't quite realize the magnitude of the series before like fully auditioning. So that was good.
So what did you like gather from the quotes or like any sort of fandom discourse that you saw before you auditioned?
That she loves to party. She was always smiling, laughing, flirtatious, very sultry.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that really
Just sums her
helped.
up.
That's great.
Informed her sort of playfulness in her voice, kind of. But I didn't want her to be like slutty or mean with her interactions with like Cassian and Azriel, like when they're barbing each other back and forth, and even Amryn. So
Yeah,
And you
I
did
didn't-
her some justice, because I did not read her as nicely as that. Like, I'll be honest now, I actually don't like her as a character. I don't like her.
I think
Shooketh.
you
Shooketh.
You are awesome.
you don't want to deep dive into the fandom in regards to Moore because they're very mean.
I mean, I'm not mean. I just interpreted it not as a flirtatious party animal, but as other things.
Right. Well, okay, so that's also like part of your job, right? As to like as an actor, creator, to like advocate for your character.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
have, you know, find moments of where they are really likable and where they're kind of like, why?
You have to play into them being a human being rather than just a fictional thing, and give
Human
them the
being.
real person.
Faye.
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 Pardon me.
Yes, Lily, you're so spot on there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
But like a person, yeah.
Yeah. You have
Yes.
a real personality to just a voice in people's head.
Yeah.
Right.
Because even with
Exactly.
characters that we're supposed to hate, it's like they do have moments where they're way more likable. Like that's why people like the villains so much too. Like in books, like people love the villains. And it's like because you love to hate them, but then there are moments where they're like, oh, maybe they're redeemable. Or
No, I mean
maybe,
there were certain parts I did like her as a character, like when she talked about her childhood and stuff. It's like, oh wow, that's pretty relatable for a lot of women.
Yeah.
You know, I do like you.
Yeah.
But then you bring Cass and Azrael into it, and I'm just like, nope, I don't like you. I don't like you.
Yes, and I feel like she has this quality of being that girl in high school that all the guys
Oh
like.
my god! Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then she's
does.
kind of like, but she doesn't want one as a boyfriend. She just kind of loves the attention and loves to flirt with him. And like, obviously,
that's
there
how
are
I
reasons
saw her.
why.
That's how we
I
all
saw her
see
sort
it.
of as peaking in high school. Yeah.
Right? So like so there's that quality about her. And so if you knew somebody like that or know of somebody like that,
Yeah.
it can really be like, ugh, like
Yeah.
Frustrating. Yeah.
For sure.
It's like you know that she can be better than that. But she's just so used to being seen like that, where she's like, oh well, it kind of does me some better justice for them to keep seeing me like that than to like tell them who I really am.
I've
And
said
I'm
it
like,
before, and I'll say it again. They all need therapy.
seriously, where's
They
the
have some money
therapist?
for it. Get a
I don't think-
therapist.
I don't think anybody in the fandom could argue with that statement. So
We do have an episode titled "Everyone Has
A
Trauma."
funny episode.
And
Yeah,
there's going to be
everyone
a
has
second one
trauma.
named "Everybody Needs Therapy."
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so getting into the juicy parts. So this is a pretty good question though. If you
We
could
might as
add
well
one,
skip a few questions. Just to
yeah,
get to
yeah,
something.
we have a lot of really good questions. If you could
Yes, you
add
guys
one
do.
extra scene or line that isn't in the books that encompasses who Moore is at her core, what would it be?
I'm super curious.
Yeah.
I was thinking about some of these beforehand, but like this one was tough.
This is where you become a fan fiction writer.
Right?
this is where you get into what we do.
This is where we really deep
Oh my
dive.
gosh. I just play people on stage and on TV. Other people, you guys can write. This is far beyond
We're
my
all
capabilities.
writers too, so that
Yeah.
probably comes into the questions.
That was
But
very much a question that we were hoping for an answer for, but are glad there's kind of not one because then we'll just make our own stuff.
right?
perfect. Yeah, I don't a scene or a line.
Yeah. Kind of like breaking the fourth wall. Like if she could tell us about her. Like
Give us a
without
look.
the
Like, what
mask.
kind of
Yeah.
look would she give the camera?
Yeah.
In a situation.
Office.
Okay, so I would like a flashback of her mother, her and her mother. One
Oh, that would be great.
That's what I keep saying.
Oh, that would be awesome.
just like a little tiny bit.
Little snippet, yeah.
My
Yeah,
God.
just a morsel. Mm-hmm.
They're dynamic.
That is the
Because that would
Yes.
answer, I think that would like really spark a lot of other tangents about about a lot of things.
Oh, you have no idea what you just did for me.
Oh
there are questions about her mom in here that I totally
Yes.
I was like, I need this.
We talk about Moore's mom like all the time. I don't know
All the
why. We just are obsessed with her. So that was like that was a perfect scene that you could have put in there.
Perfect. Okay, excellent. Okay, great. Because I have like so many questions, like it's always about her, her father and
All about Kier.
even like more
care about Kier.
flashbacks with the with like the Autumn Court and kind of what happened to her. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I
Yes.
kind of want to know who she was before all that happened and like with
Yeah.
a female. Like what was her female experience
Yes.
like for the females around her
Mhm.
specifically?
Like
Yeah.
radio.
And we always wonder like could Moore, I mean she probably could, but we don't know why she isn't. Like did she have female friends in Hewn City? Like I don't know why she's not really doing more for them. Is basically the thing in the fandom. They're like, why isn't she helping, the females in Hewn City?
Why isn't she helping her mom?
Yeah. I mean, her mom might not want help. I think her mom might be a little worse, but
yeah,
there's other people that like Hewn City is huge as far as we're told. Like it's an actual huge city.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I'm like, she could be doing a lot more, I guess, for them. And I get why it's super traumatic for her to even go there. But I feel like she should make like a plan for the people there that are also dreamers. Because I was like, you can't be the only dreamer from Hewn City, right?
Yeah, there's no way it's that rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
That's why
more
they
of an
created
idea how
Valaris.
and how and she's so precious about Valaris and and the people there and like it being her safe place. And I just also how she feels about children too. And I know you had a question about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially young girls being there and like dreamers. Why
because
isn't
props
she
to Cassian, like at least he goes to Illyria and tries to get the girls to train and all that stuff. So I was like, could Moore be doing that sort of thing with Hewn City? And I don't really know why she isn't, other than yes, we understand you have trauma from there.
But she could also have someone else helping. Like she could just be like, hey Reese, can you do this? You're the High Lord.
Yeah. And she does go there and she does kind of flaunt her power. Like she wasn't afraid to like break more of her father's bones and like, kind of flaunt around Hewn City. So I don't know. I'm like, I want
her status.
I want her.
It reads.
I want in her book or novella to see her kind of helping the females in Hewn City. I think that would do her a lot of justice, and it would make the fandom like her more as a character.
And that's an interesting observation too, because like, why? Is she still putting up because they've put on this show for so long?
Yes.
Does she feel like she can't? Well, now it's broken. So
yeah.
It's
so difficult.
Now having to cope. And I imagine that's hard for her.
Yeah.
And plus we don't know, like she could have been the one that was always, taunted and made fun of and like kind of the reverse of that high school mentality where she's like, okay, well now I get the chance to be the one in power instead of the weaker one, which she's not weak as in terms of magic. But back then, before she came into her powers and stuff, I could see like, oh, you're the steward's daughter and, just kind of rumors about her and stuff. So maybe that's kind of why. But yeah, we like to talk a lot about that sort of stuff because I think it's interesting and I think it's not like a subject that the fandom usually talks about. So we do like to talk about a lot of deep diving stuff on our podcast.
Yeah. She's interesting. Like she's so mysterious. Like we only get a small handful of who Moore is, at least on the surface. And in ACOTAR, we saw a little bit more of Moore, and it was like,
interesting.
Yes. Yes. And I think that's one thing that I would really like to see more of in Moore is like her using her power. What is the extent of her power? Yeah. She's like the Morrigan, right? The Morrigan, or the badass of the battles. And I'm like, okay, so I need some serious fight montages.
Yes. We literally had a book with a war in it and we didn't see anything.
I know.
Yes. And
I have so many opinions on an ACOTAR war on its own.
She just finds Sarah and scolds her.
Cassian strategizing like a war general.
Yeah.
But we had an entire war in a book.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Took Cassian's job.
Makes me upset.
And she was so good at it that Care even noticed. That she was like, and so it's kind of like, no. Yeah. So I really need some butt kicking
from
more.
What is her deal? Like, we know the queens were terrified of her, and they were like, "Oh, from the first war."
What were the legends?
Somebody is writing history books about them from 500 years ago that the recent humans know about. So, like, what did she do 500 years ago?
Yes.
We don't know. Like, we don't.
We even hear like, you know, oh my gosh, like on and on about Cassian and you know, all of, like the prisoners in the you know, the prison and all this stuff. And I'm like, why does he get that? Why, like Morrigan had to do something that was so terrifying or so huge, you know, and even now, like you're even, you know, Nesta and whatever get, you know, they're being known. So I'm like, okay, if the equivalent of, you know, if Nesta's already having those like stories and people know that about her and the King of Hybern, then you know why what I need something from
the King
like
of
what
Hybern.
how Morrigan became the Morrigan. So
yeah.
So speaking of surface level stuff and if more could be this legendary like if she had been cursed in the mask, like similar to Spring, what animal? Then
that was a good segue.
That was a really good segue.
That was a good segue. We're getting off track. That was good.
It's just so difficult to like
would she be a raven? Would she be a horse?
Yeah, because the Morrigan is a raven, which is very interesting because Rhys and Farah wear the raven's feathers to Hewn City, which I always find interesting.
I think Morrigan would be a snake, but that's because I think her truth-telling No, hear me out. Mel turned me out on this so many times. I don't think her truth-telling power is actually a truth-telling. I think it's like a silver tongue type thing where she speaks things into the truth. So she could say, hey, this happened, and then everyone around her is like, oh, yeah, that's what happened.
Ooh,
because everybody believes her except for Eris with the stuff between the two of them.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, you guys don't know the truth.
This actually makes so much sense, though, because Eris is always called a snake, too. And her and Eris have so many secrets.
Yeah, so she'd be some kind of a serpent, or like it'd be like a coiled serpent on a mask.
Like the
sleeping. Yeah, basically.
Yes, I could definitely see that. Or some sort of animal that's like camouflaged really well, you know.
A chameleon?
A chameleon, or I'm trying to think of like more of something that changes.
Yeah.
Like some sort of, I want to say fox, but it's not a fox, but you like something that changes with the seasons and like has like gets white fur.
Like there's rabbits and ferrets and things like that change with when the snow comes in and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fox? Like the Arctic foxes, of the winter.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
Well, that also makes sense because she is friends with the Winter Court, and she does go to Valahan, which is very snowy as well. So, I know this wasn't a question again. Like, we're going through this stuff, and I'm just like, whoo. But we had like this whole episode where we talked about how Moore's like fairy tale could be like the Snow Queen. And because I don't know, it's like she's been in Valahan for a very long time, and she's best friends with the Winter Court, so Vivian has to know a lot about her, but she's so adamant all the time to be in the sun, which is like, okay, are you like thawing yourself? Like, I don't know, it's weird. What do you think?
Oh gosh, I'd have to think about that one. That's a whole new. But I know what you're saying. Like, what is the connection with the Winter Court there?
Because I do think she can be very, I mean, she can kind of be like an ice queen with people. Because as you said, like she puts on that front of like, oh, well, I want the attention of him, but I'm going to go and talk to him so he gets jealous. Like, that's kind of like an ice queen kind of thing to do too.
Yes. Yeah. I definitely understand where that's coming from. Yeah. Oh gosh.
And in a way, it kind of connects her both to, Nesta, who, again, we have a lot of questions about her and Nesta, which they don't really get along. And, Nesta has ice flames, silver flames.
Yes.
But also Elaine, who is sunshine. And Moore is both. She's kind of in the middle of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I don't know. It's just the dynamic that she has with Nesta. And then I'm wondering if she's going to have a different dynamic with Elaine and maybe Elaine's book. But she's just very hard to pin down when she's kind of has little traits of everybody, I guess.
Yes. And I think through necessity and also survival necessity from a very young age, and also being a courtier, sort of being that chameleon in different courts and getting what she needs out of them is something. And I think that her and Rhys have that in common. Maybe because they were raised, in those situations from very young. And had to. But I'm gonna think about that now.
I always wonder who's older. I always wonder who's older because I know her and Rhys are the same age, but I'm like, who was born first? Because I'm always like, okay, well, was Moore teaching Rhys to be more sneaky, or is Rhys teaching Moore to be more sneaky? Because they would fool around as when they were kids. And she would always want to sleep over, and they were sliding down the library hall.
Right? I think Moore is older because Rhys-Ann is a Scorpio. Morrigan was born in an earlier month.
I think Moore would be a really good Gemini.
Ooh, oh yeah, she'd be a great Gemini.
Yeah.
She's definitely this June baby. It would go with the sun thing too, right?
Yes, and it would. It really would.
Oh, and also the fact that Helion flirts with her.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Well, he does a little bit more than
yeah.
Helion is great.
Yes.
That's my favorite character.
That makes a lot of sense. And I agree. I agree with that assessment, Eka. I think she is older. And only by physical strength later on, as they got older, obviously, and training and stuff probably. Did he kind of I don't want to say outgrow her, but grew in a different way.
Yeah. I do think it's a little bit sad that we don't really see Rhys and Moore being as close anymore. I know that they're like, oh, we're close and we're cousins, and she slept over all the time when we were kids, but I feel like there's a disconnect, and I don't know if it's because again, Moore is the truth person. She could know certain things that Rhys doesn't want other people to know. I don't know, but I just think
that she's hiding things, and Azriel figured it out and told Rhys.
Amanda, what do you
advocating for my favorite Illyrian?
Amanda,
right?
What do you think of Rhys and Moore? We're kind of going off tangent.
I know.
And then we're gonna come back to the questions.
That's all right. Going with the flow.
Did you feel like Moore and Rhys weren't as close towards the end of the series, or what were your thoughts on that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you feel that's an intentional move on SJM's part?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. I do, because
point.
Yes, because I do think the lie and the using Morrigan to go to the Court of Nightmares cut her deep, because, and here's why, because if she is older and she taught him sort of this manipulation, two-faced, how to do all that, then those cuts back at her from
using her skills against her.
Whole other layer.
The student becomes the teacher or the master or whatever. Yeah. Just is that much more deep, right? So that I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then just on top of that, Azriel going along with Rhys instead of I feel like she is the type of person who is oh, well, Azriel likes me, so he's always gonna defend me and tell me everything. And so when Azriel kind of took Rhys's side, and he the scene that really hurts is when he puts his hand on her hand and she yanks it away. And I was like, oh, I'm okay, that hurts for both of them. But
Yeah.
oh my God, it was such a subtle thing, but like that hurt so much for
Yeah.
both of them.
Well, on that note, what has been your most challenging scene or line to voice act for more? And can you voice act it for us?
Oh my gosh, I'd have to get out the book and pull it out, but it was definitely the scene where she comes out to Feyre for sure.
Mhm.
Was it? I love that.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we went through it, like a few times, and like,
oh wow.
yeah, I mean, it's just like a very powerful scene and very out of character, or from anything else that she was, or that I guess I voiced in the books before that. And so it was a whole other side of her, and it was kind of like keeping true to the essence of Moore and her like optimism, while also being revealing and said, this is the one thing that breaks me, and I'm sharing that with you, or that is like, really makes me deeply sad because I can't have it and I can't share it and whatever. So that was definitely the hardest scene, but at the same time, very fun to, that's weird.
Yeah. Fun.
Fun to dig into to really nail it,
Well, there were a lot of emotions in that one scene. And I think even for the readers, it was just, there was so much in that scene because it went from the confession, which is like, oh my God, to her backstory with Andromaca, her first love, and then into like, oh, I know what I'm doing with Cassian, and Azriel is wrong, but I'm still gonna do it. So then we're like, yes, like we just felt bad for you, and now you're making us mad at you again.
Yes.
It's like, why?
Since we're talking about the significance of things, including Cassian and all that, I'm actually going to skip forward a little bit to my questions. Because I really want to know your answers. So the first one that has like a little extra question. What do you think the significance of the color red is for Moore? It's mentioned a lot. Like every time she's brought up, she's wearing something red, whether it's lipstick or a dress or just something.
Wine.
Wine.
Do you think it's a subtle nod to Cassian, who has red siphons, considering they also did the whole red lingerie thing in Frost and Starlight? Or do you think it's like a sign of like female empowerment, like how the red lipstick was for women historically in our reality?
Yeah, I do. Oh man, I think
I know it's like a kind of a heavy like questions.
No, that's great. It's great. Sorry, say that again.
Or is it an autumn thing?
Oh,
that too, because of Eris, because he's redhead, wears red.
Yep. I for sure think it has to do with like her past trauma and the red and like sort of
the opposite of Feyre.
Yes, which is like a look at me, look at my dress so you can't see beneath.
Yeah, kind of being
so
I'm here in the moment.
Yes, it's like the sort of her, sort of her coping mechanism. Look at my dress, look at my lipstick, look at my boobs or whatever. Rather than like, so you're too busy thinking about that or smelling that or whatever is happening there with the
that goes into the next question of mine too, where it's why does she dress so like showy? Like, is it for attention seeking, or is it because she's saying, hey, here's all these dark colors around me, but I am here. I'm, wearing red. I'm a blonde. Like, I am right here. You cannot ignore me. Because with her childhood trauma, she was most likely ignored being a woman in Hewn City. So you just answered like all of my questions in one go.
Yes. No, I definitely think like an empowerment thing, and also taking back the attention, but like where she's controlling how the attention
she's
gets
in
to
charge
her.
of how everyone's looking at her rather than them like seeing her as just like a piece
correct.
of something.
And I think the empowerment and like definitely and like the autumn thing, that's spooky. I'm gonna think about that one. And then
a lot of theories on that.
And then the link to Cassian.
Oh my God,
just because of just the color red. Like SJM could have chosen any other colors for Cassian's siphons. even though he's also named Lord of Bloodshed, it could have been like green. But we only ever hear about how Azrael has blue, and you know, he's a shadow singer and all that, so you'd think like in the dark and cool tones. But then Cassian's got the warm tones, and we see him very like tan and sweaty when he's, you know, in the training ring and stuff like that. So like I feel like there is some kind of correlation.
Moore could have had any other like showy color either. It could have been like
that too,
pink or
she
yellow
or yellow even.
Anything.
Yeah. Be the sunshine in the night court, basically.
Red
and then red.
Yeah, I do think there's a kind of a connection there, because I think that with, you know, her losing her virginity and like choosing Cassian.
Yeah.
There
might be that like first love type thing.
Yes. Like a first love, like we'll always have that connection. We'll always have that understanding. Yeah. Even though like, you know, obviously they're sort of like brother and sister, you know, but that,
I guess.
That right.
I guess, Cassian.
That's why I specifically found family.
Yeah.
Have to clarify.
But that like that connection in order to save her in some way, and that like is a to me is like a deep kind of like love thing. Definitely messed up, but I think I do think there's a link there too, for sure. So.
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting how Feyre kind of sees them in the same sort of light too, in comparison to like how she saw Red and she was terrified of Red and she didn't want to see it because of all the blood and everything. I feel like Moore's like, oh well, I'm the Morrigan, I have to deal with blood, and you know, I've been through this many wars and I am going to be showy, but you know, there's this and I'm really good at this, but then Cassian's also really good at this and both of their colors are red. And Feyre's like, oh well, the blood red siphons, or like, oh, her blood red dress, and it's like,
or wine red and
wine red. Yes,
typically switches between wine red and blood red. Yeah, which, I mean, it's not really that small of a range.
Yeah,
because that dress could be wine red, but it could also be old wine red, like blood red.
Yeah. Or I have another theory. It could be because her making the choice to lose her virginity, the first spill of blood.
That's
where my head went. Yeah.
Back to, this is my choice. This is my control. And she's just wrapped around her like the night sky, but red, just like, this is who I am now.
Wait, which came that? Yes. No, I love that. Which came first? Her losing her virginity or the siphons?
Great question.
Her virginity. Because he didn't get the siphons until the blood right.
Oh, that means Cassian picked red for more. Oh my god. But also I just thought of how she came into her power for her first bleed too.
Okay.
Yes.
We need to like talk about we're hitting on these really important topics. So Amanda,
sorry.
No, I love it. I love it.
All over the place now. We're getting crazy.
Because I want to know your thoughts on all of it. Like, so let's talk about Cassian for a minute, because this is something we talk about all the time.
Here we go, Lily.
Here we go.
Sorry. What? I was having a sort of side conversation. What's going on?
We're dipping into Cassian. Here comes the debate.
Let's do it.
Well, let's debate. Amanda, tell us what your thoughts are about Cassian and Moore's relationship.
Oh no.
Gosh.
You have 50-50. You either get some of them to like you or the other half to like you.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to say it's brother and sister, because it's not quite that, obviously. But I think it's like that. It is. It's like I think the true nature of it is like the first person that you lost your virginity to, that you still care deeply about, and you want the best for, but you don't love them in a romantic or like in this sense like a mate way, you know. And
I mean, Moore doesn't.
Well, and then Cassian, like later, like,
Yeah.
you know, like Sarah made a point of being like, no. Cassian just felt, and like from Cassian's point of view, like,
Yeah.
no, or one of his chapters, like he felt like she was a sister, even though she was drop dead gorgeous or like whatever.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's like so weird.
And
Very weird.
So you fucked your sister.
and I think yes, and I
Yeah.
think that was the passage, or like that
With
was the
Eris
part that confused
specifically.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, she's my sister and I love her. And Eris is like, I didn't know Valyrians were in the habit of fucking their sisters.
I love
that.
Eris for that, though. He just is
I
to
mean-
the point with sassiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
As far as like anything like, them like being mated or like, really like loving each other, like, no, I don't think,
I mean, it's crazy because Rhys has that line about Azriel and Akamath where he's like, oh, Azriel would love more until he was like a speck of darkness between the stars. And then later on, I think it's either Akawar or Akasif, he's like, yeah, Cassian will always see Mor as kind of like the one that got away. Like he'll always carry a torch for her.
I'm not even
like,
bothering.
Which one is it? Like both of them, Rhys? So Rhys is just like clocking all their shit. He's like, both of you still love her. What is wrong with you?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess like based on that, what do you think? Just because this is such a debate between especially me and Olivia all the time. So what do you think based off that, like Cassian kind of complimenting Mor all the time and just being
the
like,
lingerie
so
scene,
and she's so gorgeous,
Yeah,
and the lingerie,
weird.
but then like with Nesta he's just like, oh, she has good boobs. I'm like, but you're like, Mor is so beautiful and so talented and so powerful, and I was like, but why don't you say that about your mate? It's just very odd to me.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. I also think that he's
like, do you think that Cassian wishes Mor was his mate instead? I guess is my question.
No, I don't think so.
that's the correct answer.
I don't think so. Sorry.
Me and Olivia.
No.
I was just very curious because I was like, I don't know. It's just it's odd.
It is odd. And I don't know if it has to do with like his primal nature that she fits with him better. And so
Like trauma bonding, maybe.
yeah. Or like, how do I describe this? With Morrigan, you always hear too about him saying, I'm not worthy.
Putting her on a pedestal.
So she was like kind of the
Yes.
first person that ever chose him
Yeah. And
much.
so
for who he was.
Yeah. And so if she chose him, it's fine that she doesn't want him anymore because he gave her the thing she needed most, I guess. And so I can't see that bothering him. And maybe those are qualities that he admires about her. Like, oh, she's beautiful and she's smart and like very powerful. Things that he doesn't have, but necessarily doesn't like want in a mate.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Maybe.
I have to jump a couple questions just because we're already talking about this. But so like, okay, so based off of that, the tent scene in ACOTAR. There's the tent scene in ACOTAR and there's the House of Wind scene in Akasif, which are very similar. So as for ACOTAR, Nesta's wrapping his hand. And it's kind of the first time where they get, she's being very gentle and, kind of showing him how much she cares. And then Mor walks in the tent and he pulls his hand away and turns to Mor. And Nesta just kind of walks out defeated. And I was like, oh boy, why did he do that?
Yeah.
My husband just said, I think Moore is the most powerful person in the book.
Don't make me spit out my water.
I mean, if Reese has to tell everybody he's the most powerful, he probably isn't.
I think Moore is.
Keep in mind that Reese looks to Amryn for confirmation to do something or not.
I know.
In most scenes.
Yeah.
There's that.
But yeah, so there was like the tent scene, and then there was the one in Akasif where, you know, he kind of shows up with Moore, or Moore was there. He shows up again to like fly her back, and you know, he just kind of like scoops her up and like kind of ignores Nesta.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why does he do that though? Like, what is your end game? Like, what? I don't know why Moore lets him do that instead of calling it out, I guess. Because I know she hates
Well,
Nesta,
I think,
but
right, we know she hates her or whatever. And so I think, you know, and she loves riling.
the attention of it.
Yes, she loves
She
riling.
loves to start
Amryn,
things.
she loves to stir up the shit, right? Yeah. I mean,
It's just like, I know they have this bond, but like, Cassian, what are you doing?
right? Like, okay, so the first one I would say in Aqua War is that it was like a gut reaction from maybe some of like, you know, him being with other women and more getting mad that, you know, it's not her attention. And so him like kind of reflexively doing it. But the second time, no.
That was so on purpose.
Yes. Do you feel like Moore and Cassian's relationship, do you feel like it's like kind of inappropriate, or like, I don't know what the right word, maybe not inappropriate, but like they just seem so bonded,
Intertwined.
still.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, and I'm not sure why, if it has anything to do with like you know, Eris or what happened, or is there something else that Cassian knows about, or, you know, does Cassian know about Moore? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some.
It's so borderline weird, I guess.
It is, and it's like I said, I can excuse kind of the first as like a reflex, you know, from like whatever. But no, when he feels as strongly as he does for Nesta, there's no reason that you would care, like, take care to, you know, scoop up Morrigan or whatever.
Right? Like, make a show of it.
It's almost like first wife, like second wife kind of thing, you know. But they don't have like kids together to like put on a show. So it's like, why are you doing? Why are you doing that? Like, why are you being nice to like your, you know?
Yeah. And the lingerie.
What did you think of the lingerie scene? What are your thoughts on it when you were filming it?
It's so weird.
Not just weird. Why? Why?
Because Nesta showed up.
Why would they have it? Why would SJM write that kind of scene? What are you trying to tell us?
It's always them making the scene in front of Nesta, and it's like, you already know that she's insecure. Why?
It's also like, this is your mate.
Well, and like, I just don't get it either. Like, because everybody else was clearly uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like,
everybody.
You know what I mean?
And
like
Azriel else had done some really nice gifts and stuff too. And then all of a sudden,
Azriel was appalled.
Lingerie, and it's matching. It just.
But it was weird. And like, what is that connection that they have where they love making people, like, riling people up and making, you know what I mean? Because Cassian does that too.
He
like
plays
pushes
more
buttons.
into that high school like personality where she's like a mean girl and he's like the jock boyfriend,
the sorority girl and the frat boy. Like, that's that.
Yes.
Exactly. They're gonna be cringy and do this stuff that they're like, oh, it doesn't matter what other people think because we find it funny.
Yeah. But I also think it was a little more purposeful that, like, okay, so Nesta wasn't there when, you know, Cassian gave Moore the lingerie, and she said, like, oh, I told him to get this for me, which I was like, she wasn't there for that part, which makes it even worse because then she gets there and then Moore decides, I'm going to give him my gift, which is the matching boxers in front of Nesta.
Which means that because she told Cassian to get them, it's like, oh, so you're playing a game.
She planned it.
You're purposely doing this.
Yeah.
Which is even more disgusting.
But it bothered me that Cassian didn't call her out for that. He thought it was hilarious. And I was like, in front of her when you know that she was forced to come here too. She didn't want to go.
And I'm sorry if a lot of these people have all of this trauma. Really, lingerie? Come on. Like
therapy would fix everybody's problem. I will say it until I die. It's going on my tombstone.
But Lily, who are the only two people that know there are therapists in the House of Wind but Moore and Rhys? They bring the priestesses there for therapy.
They are choosing not to do it. And that is why I don't like them.
Yeah.
So Amanda, tell us a little bit, because I know that we keep saying like they rile, Moore likes to rile people up. Tell us about your assessment of Moore when you channel Moore and you're voicing her.
Channel Moore, I love it. That's terrifying.
Like tell me about it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, this kind of answers one other question, like acting question, and it was like, how do you like get into character and stuff?
Yes.
And I like for voice acting, it's less so. But you definitely have, I'm definitely one of those, some actors work like from the inside out. I don't know what, I work from the outside in. So like I put on a hat and then like all of a sudden you're somebody, you know, and you just like have this air about you. But like, you know, so that's sort of like my thing. And so if I'm like, oh my God. So have you guys read The Master and Margarita?
No.
Okay. Go out and read the book. There's also a play.
Another for my collection.
TBR.
Oh my gosh. And like I'm not quite into like magical realism and like Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Like I liked it, but what is it, 100 Years of Solitude or whatever, you know, like yeah, I liked it, but it was like not my genre, magical realism. But this one is, and it's like a novel within a novel. It's like philosophy.
Oh my gosh.
Meets like, you know, Christianity meets a fairy tale.
Oh.
And it was written during the time of Stalin, and long story short, the author, oh God, what is his name? Bulgakov, I think. Bulgakov.
I just looked it up. I was about to say.
Thank you. Oh yes, give me that wiki backup,
on
girl.
the ball.
So
I've just been reading about it as you've been starting to talk about it.
yes, it is the wildest thing. So he wrote this novel and it wasn't published until after his death because like Stalin sort of exiled him there. Like he couldn't go to London, couldn't go to anywhere else because obviously he wouldn't come back. You know, and so his wife, his like the person that he modeled this Margarita character after published it for him, and it has to do with like commenting on socialism, communism, on art critiques and the bureaucracy and all of these things, but then also questions of life and death. It's just amazing. And it's got this kind of curse like the Mackers play, if you say it like in the theater, you know? So it's got this kind of curse attached to it too. So like something always happens like when you're doing the show. Anyway, I played Margarita in the stage adaptation. And where was I going with this? I forgot what the question was. What you do to prepare? So it was when Ariana Grande's Seven Rings came out.
Yes.
Like she was I listened to that every time driving to the theater. Like Seven Rings, like a whole, what else is on that album? All of that
all of it.
Yes. The boyfriend, what is it, the boyfriend song? Oh my gosh. Because it was just great. It was so her. and sometimes it's
Dangerous
a perfume.
Woman, maybe, or like God is a
Yes,
Woman or
Dangerous
something like
Woman.
this. Yeah.
Yes, because she ends up going to hell and dancing with the devil to like to get her the soul of her lover back.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ooh.
And yes, you guys would really love it.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I mean, it's a Russian novel, obviously,
Yeah.
and people are so serious about this novel that they have like tattoos and like of the characters. It's hardcore.
It
And
definitely sounds like one that I'll annotate. That's for sure.
Isn't Koshay Russian folklore as well?
Mhm.
oh.
Mm.
So is Vasilisa.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah, that's
yes,
so the beautiful.
yes.
Yeah, that too.
And a
That's
friend of mine
Vasa.
who is a playwright wrote a because it's kind of a spooky children's play called Vasilisa Most Lovely. And it's out there by
Ooh.
Kevin Kautzman if you'd like to read it.
Ooh.
Shout out Kevin. Brilliant playwright. Anyway, so when you asked Olivia about like getting into character,
Yeah.
there's definitely kind of this what did I do for more? Yeah, you kind of hyping myself up with like, you know, what do they call those girl tunes? Like power girl songs, you know,
Yeah.
before, and like kind of, you know, knowing what happens and like reading and kind of again what other people say about her in that book, and then kind of going in with that swagger. So it's like music or, you know, whether it be the red lipstick or something like that. Those things definitely help me. Sometimes other actors are completely different. They're like, you're insane.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't help me at all. Like I like to highlight and like it's more about like the language or how I say something, which could also be helpful. But for me, I do.
I love that.
I have a totally random question again. But
Yes.
so like Archeron, like the Archeron River is a river in hell. Do you think Hewn City could be like a layer of hell? Because they have like the rivers there and they have like the weird like windows and like it's literally
Also the fact
dark.
that it's under a mountain.
It's under a mountain. Yeah.
It's
like-
like unruly daughter.
Thanatos is there. Yeah, I know you didn't read. I don't think you read Crescent City yet, right?
Nope.
So Thanatos is one of the princes of hell, actually, which comes out. And so in ACOWAR, Kier has to excuse himself from that meeting that they had in ACOWAR, and he says, "Oh, I need to go. Thanatos needs assistance with his unruly daughter." And I was like, "Oh, what?" So then we read Crescent City, and Prince Thanatos of Hell is one of the characters, and he talks to Bryce through worlds, and he's in another world at that time.
Yes. Okay. Because yes, I do think so. And here's why. Because is it Meryl?
Yes.
Because Meryl
Meryl.
is studying the what is it? There are 11 layers or
The-
11
yeah.
worlds.
So like 26 worlds, but there's like 11 main ones or something. Yeah.
Yes. And so I was like, oh, there it is. That is like her SJM's way to connect to the universes.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, very easily.
Yeah.
So very
It's
like,
all within a solar system.
Yeah.
yes. Sort of like what is that? What is that theory called? Like not
String theory?
Yeah, is it string theory?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we have the same sort of like, only there are like what almost infinite.
Infinite. Yeah.
Yes.
But also, like, there's like Apollyon, Prince of the Pit, and like, who has a pit in their library? Rhysand. Like,
Yes. Oh, and what is watching her? What is watching her?
the shadow.
What do you think? Okay, what do you think that was at the end of the book? I want your opinion on it. Like,
Wait, are we talking the down there with like Nesta, or are we talking like the when she's out riding?
the what she's
Morrigan.
out riding? What do you think? Of
We
that?
have oh my god,
Okay.
girl, you have to read Crescent City.
I know. I do. Okay, so it was like the worlds thing. Now I'm thinking about that. but I'm also thinking about like when
Like
you guys
calls to
mentioned
like?
that she could be like a witch. Yes. So like is there an object or something in the woods that's like a witchy object somehow made or
A
is it
person,
a
perhaps?
person from another world that has like a peephole, if you will? Like do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You're
so
totally feeding my
Yeah.
theory right
and
now.
has she seen
Yeah.
it there before? Like she was scared, but she didn't seem that scared.
Oh, it's
So was
foreign
it
yet
there?
familiar. Oh my
Right?
God. I have such a good theory about this. Okay. I'm
Let's
not
hear
going to
it.
give
Let's do it.
everything away. I'm not going to give
No.
it. Well, I'll try not to give everything away. I think it's a character from Crescent City. His name is Cormac. He has blonde hair and light brown eyes, like a certain somebody. And he has shadow magic and fire magic. And we know that like calls to like. I think that he is Moore's son. I think he's Moore and Eris's son, actually. That she had,
Okay.
because we know world walking is a thing with these people too.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they're lying about something together.
something together.
Yes.
And she has a
Why,
secret
you know.
house that she bought that she leaves for months on end and
Yeah.
stuff.
Uh-huh.
So
Like,
she was like,
oh, that
"It's
just kind of came out
foreign."
of nowhere.
Yeah, she's like, it's foreign yet familiar because who would land in front of Moore but like a family member? Like calls to like, right?
And not be
It's the
some kind of a
leaping shadow.
threat either.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so Moore, when her power is described by Cassian and Akamath, he's like, oh, that, dark roiling magic below her pretty exterior. So I was like, so she has shadow magic too. And I'm like, it's really weird that he has shadow magic and fire magic. That's really interesting because
Yes.
we very rarely see anybody who has two subsets of powers.
Yeah.
So the parents
Yep.
would have had to be very, very powerful. And
Like the cousin of a High Lord and the son of a High Lord.
right? And it's very interesting because this character in Crescent City never once mentions, and it is never brought up, that he has a mother or ever knew his mother. And he has a very, very bad relationship with his father, but like all the characters do. So, father. So I was like, his mom is never mentioned. He looks exactly like Moore. And he's only 77 years old. This is very interesting. And
okay.
he does disappear. Again, not giving things away. He does disappear at the end of the book that he's in. And he does not show up for the rest of the series currently.
Mentioned.
Yeah.
Do you think that Moore's father went to another world and like the mother that she thinks that she has isn't actually her mother and that's why she hates her so much?
Oh.
One of my other theories was that Kier has an older brother, and the older brother went to the other world, and that is who the child was given to as an heir, because Morven is a very, very curmudgeon-y type character that I don't see ever having children. And it's not even mentioned that like he ever had lovers or anything. So he's just, he's a character that you would just never expect would ever just be with anybody. He's very...
also acts like Eris.
Yeah, and Cormac has...
compared to a snake like Eris.
He has Eris's like exact personality. And he looks just like Moore. And so I'm like, I so believe that he is their secret child. Oh, and his favorite color is a red.
Red. Yeah. So, I mean, that makes total sense to me.
I was like, because if you think about it, Moore does sleep with men for pleasure still. I could see her and Eris having a more amicable relationship before everything went down with the, oh, you have to marry him now sort of thing, because she didn't want to get married, obviously, whatever happened. But then I think later on, like, because we know the pull of the bond is very, very, like, potent, right? And it can drive the males mad if you don't do something about it, right? I kind of think that they just kind of had a one-off, kind of like her and Cassian, just like, okay, let's just get it over with. We'll be good. We can continue hating each other. And then because, you know, her mother or Kier or her family, whatever, did nail her through the womb before, she was probably just like, oh, I can't have children. And then, surprise!
And then
I think that's
away.
probably why she bought the house, the secret house. To just, I don't want anyone to know I ever had a kid.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And, you know, the Morrigan, you have to think she has some sort of really potent powers. So I don't know if she would be like the world walker or if Eris would be. Because there is that scene in ACOTAR with Eris when Rhys and Feyre show up to the war and it says, you know, out of a rip in the world, Eris appeared atop our knoll.
But that's not usually how winnowing is described.
Yeah,
usually
5 minutes later,
like,
she's like, oh yeah, he winnowed away.
Yeah, or like, oh, within some like smoke and shadows they appeared. It's never a rip in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only other time a rip in the world is described is when Amren's talking about like what she remembers from wherever she was previously of, yeah, you know, it's like the world tore and I just ended up here.
Fell out. Yeah. I fell out.
Like, and like the Northern Rift and in Crescent City and stuff. So like there's this notion in Crescent City that like the princes had before, you know, gone world to world looking for help to fight the Asteri and all this stuff. And so I'm like, it would be really interesting if Eris was like, okay, who can we ask for help in this war? But like he isn't as trained. So maybe he tried. I don't know. Or maybe he went to try to see if their kid was still there and he couldn't locate him or something. Because I just thought that wording was really interesting. And I feel like Sarah doesn't write things like willy-nilly. I feel like everything is very purposeful.
We go into that so much too, like the sense that everybody has, because there's some overlap, but it's very specific overlap with each other's sense.
Yes.
And then like with the colors too, or like with how certain people are looking, like in Nesta's book, it's like, oh, we're seeing how these two are interacting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Like there's no just
like Mor and Rhys are both
like
citrus.
Yeah, citrus and
like
cinnamon.
It's very planned.
Citrus and cinnamon. Yeah. And again, cinnamon is a very autumn court scent.
Yes, it is.
So do you this was one of my questions. Do you think that Mor and Eris are rejected mates?
I was just gonna ask.
Sorry, I got so excited.
I don't know. I here's a dumb question. I don't think that maybe it's in the other books or something, but can you be mated to someone of the same sex?
So
has that been like
so
asked
in
or answered?
ACOTAR, in TOG you can, in ACOTAR you can't, only because it's said that Thiessen and his lover have been waiting for a bond, but it never happened. And then when Feyre asked Rhys, like, oh, what are bonds for, or whatever, and he's like, you know, at base level, probably like reproduction and powerful children or whatever. So maybe not in the ACOTAR world, but we don't quite know for certain. It just didn't happen for Thiessen, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think it's possible.
Because like we know that like you can be mated and rejected and not do anything about it. But we also know that a rejection is only like words. It doesn't actually take the bond away.
Yeah.
So like it's hard. Because there is that scene where Eris or Cassian's headed over to Eris, I think, and he's like, oh, he prevented Kier from going to Valaris, and Moore doesn't know why he did that. And
Right.
I was like, he doesn't really owe her anything. And he's very apt to say, oh, I don't owe you an explanation. I don't owe you anything. But then he's still protecting her.
Yeah.
So, so I was like,
I don't think so. And here's why,
Yeah.
because there's never any sort of like description of their like sense changing from anybody else or unless I'm mistaken.
I mean, we
Or
don't know Eris's scent. We don't know Lucian's scent. We don't know. Like, it's a very particular subset of people where we don't know their scents.
yeah.
It's really interesting. I would love to know, because that would give us
Mhm.
so much more context.
Yes, exactly. Or yeah, the way that other people describe them in the same room together, to me, it's always like negative, not like a pull of like she couldn't look away from him. They caught each other's eye.
Yeah.
There's not really any of that.
I do
If
have
there
to wonder
was-
if it's like they're I don't know. Again, like the snake imagery. I do have to wonder if it's like their act, their thing.
Or
Yes.
like
I can't tell.
or
Yeah.
like Cleany
Yeah.
with the cadus of the two snakes going up a pole. The cadus you often see
Yes.
this with fire and rescue and EMTs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so that very well could be a part of their act.
Yeah. I was thinking of the High Lords meeting, and when Azrael chokes Eris out, Moore gets very sweaty and shaky and panicky. And then Farrah's like
distraught at what's happening.
Yeah. And Farrah's like, oh, she remained like super pale and clammy for like the next half an hour or whatever. And I was like, but I thought she hated
And she's
it.
never reacted like that for anything else, not in a war or anything.
That is true. That's a good point. Yeah.
And on the ice after Cassian stabs him when he and Azrael retrieve Arrow there, whatever, and they meet up like I forget where, somewhere on the border or whatever. They meet up and she sees like the blood on Cassian. She's like, Eris is he? And then Eris is just like, he's alive. It's fine. He's alive. So I was like, this is really weird. I was like, this is.
Yeah.
She was like kind of panicking. I was like, I thought you hated him and wanted him like dead. Because she's like, oh, you can kill him whenever. But then you're like, is he dead? And I was like, huh? What?
Gosh. And so what do you guys think that possibly they have a child together? What do you think happened when she was laying there and he after she was like nailed and they kind of like dumped her there in the autumn court? What happened?
Me personally, I think he did the same thing that he did when Lucian fled. I think he anonymously got word to the Night Court that she was there to save her. Just like he anonymously got word to Tamlin to get over to his border to save Lucian. Because he was adamant. He's like, we can't touch her. Do not touch her. Do not touch her. Do not touch her. Because he knew, like, Autumn Court rule, like, if he touches her, even to help her, she's his property. Especially because they had been engaged.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like the part in her flashback where he was like, do you want your freedom? Like, do you want your freedom or do you want me to help you? And she was like, yeah, like she nodded like, yeah, I want my freedom. So then he's like, yeah, okay, bye. Like, I do think it was probably a lot more difficult for him to walk away, but in Moore's perspective, obviously, like being in that much pain, you're not really going to look through the perspective of the person that's leaving you there to like die, right?
Well, and especially maybe, you know, if she would have had the child by this point, the theoretical child.
No, I think they did after. I think that was way after, because I think that she, by that point, was just like, okay, the bond is bothering both of us. We need to sate it somehow. And I can't have children because I've been nailed through the womb. Like, so I think it was like a one-off way down the line. And I think
it was literal, let's fuck around and find out. And
And then there's an oopsie baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I think that's why she's even more mad at him, because he like did get her pregnant. She was like, what the
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, like if
Ooh.
that child, like if they did have a child and that child was found out about by Kier, by Baron, by anybody, it's going to be used and she's going to be used all over again. So that's just like another point of contention. Where,
well, and I wonder then if Eris would be like the natural next High Lord then, if he's got this sort of bastard child.
yeah.
That's why
killed,
I
and
think
then it would be
she's so cautious about if he gets hurt and stuff, because out of all of the options of Baron's kids, he's the one that's more than willing to work with the Night Court and stuff. So it's like, oh, if Eris dies, we're fucked.
But also, if they have a hypothetical child together, it doesn't matter if you don't like the other co-parent.
Yeah.
You still matter and care somewhat because
yeah,
the person created your baby.
Life with you, yeah.
Amanda, what was your, like, I know that we're talking about, you know, she was nailed in the womb because maybe
there's us back on track.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, I've been asking you guys questions.
No, not at all. We love your questions, absolutely. But like, I want to hear from you. I want to know like what your thoughts on her being nailed through the womb is. Like,
I mean,
or just that scene in general.
Yeah, I mean, oof, gosh, I mean, it hits like different when you're pregnant. When you have something in the womb.
Yeah.
I mean, she knew she was bisexual at this point, right? So I don't want to say it wasn't as big a deal, but I think that her self-worth is tied into all of the 500 whatever years of longer years of tradition, and this sort of like what you're worth and like the offspring you can produce and who you are mated to and all that stuff. So I think I mean I think that was the second worst thing other than dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
you had no worth after that, and so I
think that would be why she would be so angry at having a child and then like giving it away, because she doesn't want to be tied down like that, and she doesn't want to be just as not powerful, but I guess as like prized as like just a mother.
She wants to be a genuine equal with the people around her rather than being seen as just, oh yeah, you had a child with the High Lord's son. There's your worth.
Yeah.
Right. She wants to actually be able to hold a title all on her own.
Yeah, like, and it also gives the illusion, right, that like, oh, you can't hurt me in the way that you can hurt other females. So F you. You know what I mean? I'm not as vulnerable as them. I don't have, I'm not going to like, you'll have to
find a different way to get under my skin.
Yes.
Yeah, because even if she did like keep the metaphorical child, that's just another way to target her. She didn't want any other.
The child ends up being a being with a target on its back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So also,
which is what Reese says about Nyx.
Yep.
Well, also, I'd have to review some of my research, but I know specifically in Ireland, the fairy queens, were seen as sovereign because they were tied to land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you marry the queen, you are marrying the land. You are getting those resources. You then become mated to the land, because that was kind of the gist of what I got.
Oh, great. The gears in Mel's head are turning.
Sorry. I was just going to say.
Excitement.
Mel, shush.
Okay, go.
But if Moore's branch of the family was more tied to dusk, what about the Autumn Court would want dusk? by marrying the eldest High Lord's son, potential heir, to Little Miss Princess over here. And why is she considered a queen, like a great queen, by Highburn?
What a mighty queen you are. What a prize.
Because that's not something that SJM just throws around. Right. Like when she uses queen, it's because they have that title.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yes.
I mean, yeah. Holy crap. My just the gears in my head were spinning.
Lovely new theories.
Yes.
Right.
I love it.
379.
Probably more than that at
that.
this point. But yeah.
What do you think her future will be like?
Yeah.
Her future arc in the books.
Gosh. I mean, there's mentions of like, threesomes and like, whatever. And I'm kind of like, well, wouldn't it be awesome if like she had like shared a mating bond with someone, and they were like, with the male fairy, but they were totally fine with her having the love of her life live with like, Thesons, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, they would be, if it was, oh gosh, what is her name? From the store. I've heard that theory too.
Emery.
Yes. If it was like, so somebody like Emery, for example, who's a warrior who like gets her and they have this, relationship and, deep love. And then for convenience, they sort of like make this thing with, whether it's Eris or some other male fairy, for alliance.
That way they would have some kind of protection since the male kind of is like
I'm
gonna take care of you, provide, you guys live your life.
A lavender marriage.
Yeah.
Yes, lavender marriage.
Yeah.
You know what? That does sound like something more would actually thrive in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
if that happens, I'll like her again.
Yeah.
You hear that, Sarah? Come on.
You hear that, Sarah?
But I could see something like that happening as like and then, because if she ends up coming out, right, that's the other thing, which I do think will happen. Yeah. I do think that will happen, or somebody will find out or something and try to use it against her. And then, Thesan or somebody will stand up and it'll be, odd, but somewhat, obviously acceptable in the inner circle. And then she will be sort of this model of, okay,
she'll be like a feminine role model. And so then we might end up being able to actually see a lot of how the females are in Hewn City.
Yeah. Exactly. And saying like, hey, this is an option. Look at Queen Morrigan.
Yes.
Having this mating bond and like, having fun, but also having this deep love. And maybe it's a, mortal woman again. You don't know.
I know what I was going to say.
The what?
What about Rita?
Yeah, that's actually a question we have. Do you think her and Rita might be?
She knows all her
having a blast.
I think they maybe have, because they're like longtime friends. But I think they're more friends than lovers.
What about the
like gotten drunk or something?
Yeah. Yep.
What about the Winter Court soldier that she was eyeing? And Vivian's sister kind of like nudged her like, because it was like right after they like they brought Briar to like the Winter Court people.
Yep.
And so she's with Vivian's sister and they're just sitting around, or not sitting, standing, talking. And this like female Winter Court soldier walks by and more like does a double take. And then Vivian's sister's like,
yes.
I was like, I think that would be very interesting. And we would get to see more of the Winter Court too, which Sarah
she has
might
that
be
connection
doing
with.
Yeah.
You know?
And Sarah might be doing that because, again, Vivian just had a baby that we haven't seen yet.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so.
And Briar. Yes. And Briar's there.
Well, let's leave Briar out of it today.
For today.
Just saying. She's there.
Since we're talking about the different side things that Moore might have done, I actually want to refer to a conversation that we'd had on a different episode, specifically about Nesta and Cassian, because I want to know your opinion. So SJM describes one of the scenes as Nesta barely fitting 2 hands.
Oh my god.
Do you think it was 2 hands?
Not
2 hands like this. Just, I would like to know another person's opinion. Because she specifically says that Nesta could barely fit 2 hands around said appendage. So you would think it's like this. That's not feasible. So then it's like, okay, so it's probably like this.
Like this?
And I just love to know your opinion.
Oh
So
my
dire.
gosh. Do we have the exact quote? Do we have the exact quote?
It's quite literally, Nesta could barely put both of her hands around said
could
thing.
barely fit 2 hands around him.
Fucking a horse or something.
I was like, barely? What do you mean barely? Both?
Because this is about average.
Huge.
Her face, Amanda.
This is a little above
10
average.
centimeters dilated, Amanda.
Listen, yes. Like,
Like,
there are
very
too many
Nesta.
pictures of 10 centimeters dilated out there, okay? There are way too many references. I'm like, we get it,
Dinner
okay? We
plate.
get it.
Yeah. But yeah, do you think
You're
it's
making
like
it
this?
close up by showing me more.
oh my
Yeah. But
god.
everyone assumes it's this. But that doesn't make sense because then how does it work? So I was thinking this. Because this is like a little more than average. I'm trying to keep it as PG.
That just makes it so much funnier.
But it says around.
Yeah, it does say around.
As in both hands around. So like
Yeah.
maybe it's just a little on the
But maybe Nesta's very tiny hands.
Oh my
Like, I mean, except for she is taller than Farrah. She is taller.
Yeah,
than
she is
Farrah.
taller than Farrah.
She has a like dancer's build too. So she's got like she's muscular before she even does the Valkyrie training. Like, she can hold a sword perfectly fine.
Oh my god, when Cassian was like, remember you grip the hilt perfectly, and she was like,
Poor Amanda.
No, I
I also just
as
wanted
much
to
as it
lighten the mood a little
pains,
bit.
pains me, I do. She's around.
Oh,
Could barely. So it's like over. Okay.
painful. Well, Nesta does say it's painful, but she enjoys the pain, so.
Oh my gosh.
And that gets into a whole other conversation.
Because Reese is always talking about how he's the biggest, right? He's
Oh
got the
my
biggest
God.
wings.
He's not.
He is not.
He
He's the
not.
smallest.
Asriel is the quiet, brooding
Az is
ones
the
that are
biggest.
overprotective. And
Which is
measure.
why I said Sarah had
That's why
to put
Asriel
in
gets
when
bullied.
saying she's pliable.
Oh my.
Just joking.
My husband's probably listening, like, what in the hell?
That is going to be a great conversation for you guys to have.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were
I have to
talking about this, and it went this way.
He asked me, he's like, so, because I was like, well, you know, do you want to make an appearance, just like pop your head in and say hi, you know, when we're on? And he's like, no. And no. He's not an online
That's
like
so
person.
funny.
But then he's like,
He does not need to be.
and I was like, do you know, like, because another thing is like, we have a good friend of ours is dating a gal, and she was like, oh, you know, I was getting to know her, and like we were talking about books, and I was like, oh yeah, and this is what because she said you're an actress and stuff, and I said, yeah, I'm doing this like stage show now, and you know, and then I'm also like, I'm doing this podcast later this week or something, and she's like, oh, and it was for these books, and she like absolutely freaked out. She's a huge fan. Shout out Alex, hi. She's awesome. And
Hopefully
my
you
husband's
watched.
my husband's like, well, how do you know those books? Like, what do you mean? Like, and she's like, what do you mean? Your wife is like the voice of the Morrigan. Like, what? And he just does
big
like,
deal.
That's why I just love him, because he's just
That's
like, what?
hilarious.
And he had never heard of the books. Like, this is totally not his
It's
like
okay.
thing at all.
It's okay. He can stay a little clueless.
And
It's
right.
all
And so then
right.
he's like, well, wait, I kind of might know a little bit about fairies. I was like, really? What do you think?
Not these fairies. You don't know about these ones.
These ones, no. And he's like, well, are they like, they have powers, right? Like the Jedi. Because he's
You know, considering
so
that
huge. He's a
considering
huge
that
Star
Reese
Wars
does
nerd.
have mind powers, you can say yes, like a Jedi, and just leave it at that.
Yes, I did. And I was like,
that.
yep. And they kind of had these like color things going on.
They are not Mace
and, like,
Windu, but you can just leave it at they are Jedi.
Right. And he goes, okay, cool.
That is perfect response, sir.
Like, adorable.
Oh, man.
Adorable.
Love that. That is so sweet. He was like trying to relate to you. I love that. Like, are they like Jedis? You know?
Yes. And he's like, oh my God. And then he's like, okay, well, these have sex in there, right? This has sex in there. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I want to read it. I want to read this. I want to read this. And I was like, okay. So I like thumbed through it. And I was like, okay, here's the passage. And he's like, oh, I don't want to read about the guys thing. And it was like about how like Reese, something with Reese and Farah. And I was like, I'm sorry.
The paint scene.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
I would be like, are you aware that it takes two? You should be.
Right. Oh my
This is how we
gosh.
got in this position.
Yes. It's just hilarious.
You should have him read Silver Flames, and then we want to catch back up with you and to get his review of it.
Yeah.
I want to hear what your husband says about it.
You know what? You should have him read Throne of Glass, like that whole series, because it's like a little bit at the very end. And so then you can just be like, yeah, it's just calm, it's a lot of like actual storytelling and stuff. And then give him ACOTAR and be like, yeah, same thing. Totally same thing.
Not.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is too funny. I'll have him narrate it, and then you can put that snippet out.
Yes! Oh my gosh.
Do it.
You both narrate it, and I want to hear both of you, the interaction.
You guys have to do like a more
Giggles for like bloopers and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
It's
And
like,
then I was thinking, yeah, what kind of character, because you're like, one of the questions was like, what, something about me and like relating to Morrigan.
yeah.
I'm like, I think I would say the optimism. I'm a big optimist.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a pessimist. He likes to say realist.
No, I'm the optimist. He's the pessimist. I love you.
He's a realist for sure.
I'm
Brings me back
definitely
down
the
to earth.
realist.
Yeah, no, my boyfriend is the realist. I'm the golden retriever.
You guys are all so
I'm just a dog.
I'm the optimistic black cat.
yeah. You're all just so like unicorns and rainbows. And I'm just like,
Oh, definitely.
guys.
I love
I'm like,
unicorns.
I'm pretty pale. I can't like lay out in the sunshine like Morgan, but like I like to have a good time. I love dancing.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
dancing. I love like
wearing a red dress.
Yes, maybe not with like those kinds of slits.
Oh my
but-
God, Nesta belongs in Lunathian.
I have it adjusted so you can actually see the slit, but wearing it, you'd have to actually be like walking for it to even show a little bit.
If Nesta and Moore became friends, they should both go to Lunathian and go dancing in the clubs.
Yeah.
It would
And
be-
I actually think that Nesta would really enjoy Rita's as well. Just like the whole vibe. Like the vibe, not
Yeah.
like
After she gets
100%.
some therapy and isn't drinking her feelings.
Yeah, right.
Just saying. That's just my opinion, though.
which can we talk about ACOSF? I mean, like, holy
Yes!
cow. Do we
We can talk about all of it.
Wow. Okay, you had PTSD, but you're like only alive for 25 years. Like, give me a break. These people have been 500. Like, I don't know.
But I mean, keep in mind, she, with her being human and all that, like, her mind can only comprehend so much. So that's a lot in such a short amount of time. These people have been, well, they have been around for so long. It's like, yeah, killed another person, whatever. Like, they kind of are known to the, like, humanity.
Yeah.
For most of the stuff they do. While she's over here like, oh my gosh, I have to kill somebody.
I had a thought.
Because
Yes.
you always
Well,
have thoughts.
obviously it's about more. Okay, so I guess. So Kier is, as you mentioned, very intrigued by Moore doing her war strategy thing in ACOWAR, but he's still very, very like he really wants an allyship with Eris for some reason.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if this goes back to like the secrets that her and Eris has, and if he found something out, because he still wants that alliance. He still wants that alliance. And Eris is just like, oh, you don't know what I had to give to. I was like, did he tell Kier? Because that would be kind of bad, but it would also lend to the fact that Moore did want to break more of his bones when she went to Hewn City.
Yeah.
I was just like,
yeah, they know, like, ooh, I don't know what he gave up or what to. Ooh, yeah, that's one I really.
I'm like, why
really
does he
struggle
want
with.
an allyship with the Autumn Court so badly unless he like knew?
Right? He's got to have known there's something there, but if he knows exactly what it is, I don't.
Because
maybe
like if
not, but he's
Moore has
guessing at it.
if Moore has truth powers, wouldn't Kier kind of
Kier?
have some
Yeah.
sort of truth magic too? He had the Veritas, they had the Ouroboros. That all stems in truth magic, which is through their bloodline. So I would assume that, you know, she kind of can't really get one over on at least Kier, and maybe that's another level of why she hates him so much. Because she can't really hide things from him. And maybe that's also why she doesn't go there as often, even though she could be doing a lot more. I think maybe she just doesn't want him knowing her secrets, perhaps.
Yeah, like truth magic is sort of immune to truth magic that way.
Yeah.
I could totally see that happening.
Yeah.
And and then if he knows that something, maybe he knows that they are mates, or he knows that they do have a child, or that there was something there.
And he definitely used it like against Eris for the allyship.
Yeah.
It would make sense.
But also the potential of another child Eris might have, who happens to be.
And does he know that he's plotting against Baron?
Yeah. Yeah, we also believe that Gwen is his child. And if Kier like found that out somehow, because
it's whose child?
Eris's. She looks just like him. And
all we know is that her mother was a nymph.
Half nymph.
Half nymph, yeah.
Yeah, so she's quarter nymph. If Baron found out, he killed Lucian's lover for being lesser fae. If Baron found out, he would want her erased from the bloodline. So maybe that's just another thing that Kier knew from looking at, you know, Eris, and who knows, he had to give something to be like, do not tell my father about this, you know, to kind of keep her safe. Because everyone's always like, oh, where was Sangrevel? Where was Sangrevel? But Sangrevel wasn't in the Night Court because Sasir is the Night Court temple. So if you're thinking that there's 3 temples, and there's 3 subsets of land. So you have the seasonal courts, the solar courts, and the continent. So I'm thinking like Sasir is the solar court temple, and we know that Ithaca is the continent temple. So who's to say Sangrevel wasn't an autumn court temple? Because it would make sense that nobody came to help the people there if they were just like, oh, the lesser phase and the bastard born or whatever, that Baron just kind of stuck there. Which would go with Gwen's story about her mother being rejected from the the forest house and just put in the temple. Baron would have the authority to do that because it would be in his court. Yeah. But nobody showed up to save them because he doesn't really care about lesser.
He doesn't really,
Yeah. So I think that, you know, Azriel and Moore showing up to save her is also kind of like a really interesting connection, because does Moore then know that Gwen was Eris's child? So, because if she saw her and that's how truth magic works, that would be another thing.
And also didn't save his own child. Hates him more. Because
she might think that he knows, maybe he doesn't know. I don't know. It's a very complex. Even if he does know, he would be better off not claiming her because of Baron.
Yeah.
And she could just be mad about that. And like a whole, like, there's just so many
unanswered questions.
Yeah. So if you had to guess, I know we've kind of been over the children thing, but if you had to guess, what do you think is like their biggest secret?
I think, yeah, you nailed with the kid. Like, ooh, I had never thought of that. Like, because I haven't read Crescent City, but
yeah. Because I mean, Eris's mom is very fertile, so I feel like that would pass down. He could have a lot of kids that he ain't claiming.
Oh, goodness. Children are so rare in this world.
Yeah, right.
But the lady about them.
But I don't care. I'll leave them to die, whatever. They're like half. I mean, gosh, that is so true. Yeah. And then also, this is tangent because whatever. And then I'm wondering if, like, okay, you know, like the what is the other court with the wings? I'm like,
Dawn
what
Court.
do they?
The
Yes,
Peregrine.
yes, thank you. And I'm like, what do they do if their children have wings in the womb?
Oh, Reese actually does say this. He says that because their wings are feathered, they're a lot more flexible and they don't have issues. And that's why they couldn't help with the Illyrian birth. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
Because they're not bony bat wings. They're feathered wings.
Okay.
Like,
gotcha.
Well, they wouldn't have feathers until like they're a couple weeks old.
Well, that's also a good point.
They might also lay eggs. I don't know.
That's not a thought that I want to have.
No.
We're gonna leave that.
Guess how big the egg is? This big.
It's big.
2 hands.
I can barely fit my hands around my egg. Oh my gosh, I'm so
This is
sorry.
adding to the joke.
Egg.
So great.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh.
reference this forever.
Or something happened where they did care about each other, or they had some connection, and maybe it wasn't a child, but I can't think of what would make the stakes that great where they would have to like act that.
I mean, maybe it was just the fact that Mor helped save Gwen and she realized Gwen was Eris's child. Maybe she told him, maybe she didn't. I mean, there's also the thing where Mor says in Akasif, like, oh, I'm gonna come back from Valahan and train with the Valkyries. So I was like, really? Are you? Why?
Mel.
Yes.
Our most recent crack theory, tell her, because you're the one who came up with it and I freaking love it. Please and thank you.
Is this the one after Liv and I had already gotten off the call?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, I'm confused. You tell her. I don't know.
The necklace.
Oh!
There you go.
There you go. Bravo.
Right. Okay. Yes. I think that instead of an Elriel Gwynriel triangle, it's going to be a Gwynriel Moriel triangle, but it's not romantic, just that Mor is going to get in the middle of their relationship like she does with Nessian. And I think that maybe she's going to be the one that shows up with the necklace that Azriel gave Clotho, because not the last time, but we see Mor before she goes to Valahan say, oh, I have to go talk to Clotho. And Gwen never shows up with the necklace. And it is a red rose where Azriel's like, oh, the colors come through in the light. And I was like, interesting. So I don't know if we're going with the whole Gwen is Eris's child thing, maybe that's just another layer of like, oh, I don't want Eris's child to end up with Azriel, or he deserves better, or like, because she doesn't know Gwen at all. She's never really talked to her, other than when she like first saved her. So I don't know if that's like, oh, I'm protecting you from Eris's spawn, or like, I don't know. I feel like that would be way more interesting than Elriel, but that's just me. I think it would be really interesting for Mor to try to come between them. in that way, especially if she's going to be training with the Valkyries.
Yes. And I think she would, rather than the
Because Reese also says, "What about more?"
Yeah, what about more as
someone else likes to meddle?
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What about more as?
Amanda, what do you think of Azrael and Moore's relationship?
So I think is more feasible for like a mating bond.
Okay.
So
why?
So
There's more. I know the
were, if there
You guys, I want to hear
were
her answer.
lavender, some sort of thing, I feel like Azrael would be very understanding of some.
He would also stay quiet about it.
Yes.
He knows how to keep secrets.
Yes.
So, do you truly feel that Azrael and Moore might be mates?
Ooh. Maybe yes. Yes. Maybe. Because like the inability to the inability for her to be able to joke around with Azrael about stuff like she does with Cassian, you know, they're like, I think like her and Cassian are beyond like that sort of like whatever, and they're just kind of in their own little world, attention getting world. But with Azrael, and then the whole thing with like him choking Eris. Yeah, like you said, Mel, her reaction was so intense, very intense.
Yeah.
And the thing is like she is, if she, you know, she has this power of truth. So does she, question for you all, does she already know who her mate is or was supposed to be?
That would be interesting.
Probably.
Ooh, what if she switched it?
That would also play into what I think of the whole
with the truth
speaking
thing.
into truth. Yeah, with the silver tongue stuff of how she's like, no, actually, this is how it's gonna be.
Like, either way, if it was Eris and she's like, oh, it's Azrael to like Reese or something, that would be interesting.
Because that's technically not changing what
because then that would
chooses, but it's what everyone believes.
Yeah. Because then that's why Reese could be like, oh, what about more? What about more? What about more? Like, After,
but
like,
I really hope that's not it.
I know.
No, but you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I just like, I don't think Moore and Azrael are mates.
They could do a lavender marriage, but they couldn't do the mating bond.
Why do you say that now?
Gosh, I'm like flip-flopping on it because of like, because I want them to be, and like I don't know. Again, I'm torn because why keep up this act? Like, I know her act is important, but why keep it up even though, like, if your mate, you wouldn't make your mate feel that badly.
Yeah.
Continuously, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, even if she like was sexually attracted to him in that way, you know, even if it was like that, you're my mate. Like, she wouldn't. What would be the point of keeping up even to him? Like because he is, like you said, Lily, a shadow singer, and he would keep that secret, I think.
Yeah.
Why would he? Oh, but would he though? Even to Reese?
Keep in mind, there's most likely so much that Azrael does not tell Reese.
No.
He's a shadow singer for the night.
He doesn't tell Reese about
like the found brother type thing, but there's gotta be things he doesn't tell people about. Because I believe that he knows exactly what's going on between Moore and Eris. Because who could Eris have anonymously told other than Azrael's shadows who then whispered it in his ear? And it was Azrael who saved her. Because I have this belief that Azrael is secretly like besties with Eris and Tamlin.
Ooh.
Just all the lonely boys club.
Oh my gosh.
That would be amazing.
They're besties. They go like on holidays together because
they're
Azrael also
actually-
disappears for some time and stuff. He can't just be doing little secret missions.
I mean, Azrael does mention like, oh, with the pregnancy, like, oh, we need to do damage control for when Tamlin finds out. Like,
he's the one actually thinking things through fully. There's no way that Rhys knows every little detail.
well, he doesn't
think
tell Rhys
Azrael-
about the major stuff from Crescent City either.
Yeah,
So
I think Azrael sort of picks and chooses the battles and is like, okay, we can tell him about this now, but then this other stuff we should wait because we need to do our own damage control. Because he's also because I've been like annotating the books literally since they were ever published. Like this book is my like third edition of annotating.
Oh my gosh.
But like it's very obvious that Azrael is like he's just kind of the like guard dog.
yeah.
You don't really see Rhys doing much. You don't really see Farah doing much, except for when Valaris got raided. And even then, Azrael's the first one being like, oh, guys, we have to do stuff.
Yeah.
So he's constantly, like, got everything on his shoulders. He's the one actually tracking everything. He most likely tracks who comes in and out of all the ports, all
He
of
knows
the
all the
orders.
tea.
He knows everything.
All the tea.
Shadows are constantly telling him
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And
More
also
than
the
material.
The wraiths, Nuala and Ceridwen, the ones that were painting Farah under the mountain, they report to him.
They work
They don't
for
report
him.
to Rhys. They report to Azrael directly. So
Yeah.
he's known everything that was going on since Under the Mountain. Because even though
Yeah.
Morrigan was the first one Rhys told about Farah being his mate, Azrael already knew. Azrael knew. Why would you make a bargain with some
Come on.
random human woman? And so, of course he knows. It's not that difficult to tell because they
I
even
still
get
think
into
Azrael
it.
was the one following them in Valaris.
Yeah, and
The
and
shadow
They
that
even
they
get
were
into
from.
how like sense will change slightly, like once you found your mate and stuff, because then you're going crazy and all. So Azrael for sure
You
knew,
are.
like, oh yeah, this is the chick that absolutely got him.
Then do you
just-
think Azrael's the one following more on
Oh, possibly. He's watching her
Yeah, I think
for
he's
sure.
watching her a
He's
lot.
tracking her. Why does she go to Valahand so often?
Yeah.
He's tracking her.
I don't think he was the shadow that she saw.
Not,
though.
yeah,
She makes
not
a
that
point to
shadow.
say
That was a
that
different.
it wasn't. Yeah, she's like,
Because if
it's
it was
different than
Azrael,
Azrael.
she most likely would have had an interaction and been like, Azrael, why are you watching me?
I know, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
And
it's
he would have
different
never
than
been that
Azrael.
obvious. Like,
Yeah.
we see how he follows other people. He's not that obvious.
Yeah.
And it's very hard for anyone to tell. Like, the only way they can really tell if it's him is because the shadows are darker in some spots.
Yeah.
Like that, like Vanta
Tyrion
black color
during
where,
the Hybern
light
scene.
doesn't reflect and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's just like, oh, there's Azrael. But for a presence being felt and stuff like that, it's just like,
there is a fan theory that Azrael actually was never in love with Mor, but he's just known all her secrets, and he's keeping tabs on her because she'll be the betrayal.
that's the theory that I like the most. Because I can't
I was like,
see his personality being head over heels. Or maybe he was at one point and then he learned the secrets. I just can't see him being like a lost puppy. Trailing
Okay, so
behind
who
her.
do you
He's
think
way
the betrayal
too-
would be, basically,
Yeah.
out of the inner circle?
First of all, have you heard of this?
I've gotten wind of it, but I don't
know.
But like, where did it originate? I do not know that.
Reddit has everything.
Reddit
Oh,
has subreddits for everything. There's even
Okay.
a friendly ACOTAR fandom one where you cannot be rude at all. And then the other ones you can go at each other's
I
throats.
got kicked out from like 2 of them for liking Tamlin.
Yeah.
So,
But in the
so
friendly
there's this-
one, yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
wild.
there's this theory that's going around that, we don't know where, like you said, you don't know where it's that apparently Mor is going to be a betrayal to the inner circle. What are
Because
your
of the
thoughts
whole
about
Valahand
that?
stuff.
did.
And also, feel free to like stick up for Mor a little bit here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
think so.
Defend
No,
your
no.
character.
Because no. Okay, look at what happened with the King of Hybern. Like, no. She was the one being used, and she was like the one confronting Rhys and stuff. Like, there's no way that all of that would have happened with the cauldron. And Azrael's, the wings, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
There's no way that she was like acting all through that and somehow gonna like I just do not think so. I think it would, if anybody
So who do you
would,
think will betray?
Yeah.
Because I think it might be Amryn.
Oh, Amryn
Okay.
is so sus.
Wait, Amanda,
Yes.
who do you think? I want to hear what you
Yeah.
think.
Who
well,
do you think?
I was gonna say Amryn if something has happened with what's his name?
Arian.
Varian.
Yeah.
Or Coach, or somehow Koshi gets a hold of Nesta and like somehow turns, like is this a is this a true betrayal, or is this like a
Right?
influence?
We don't know.
Like
Mel has a theory that Koshi's going to get his hands on Cassian.
Through Elaine, though. I think Koshi is controlling Elaine. Because at the end of the book, Koshi's like, "Oh, I've been preparing for you for months, and you don't even want to speak to me." And who does Elaine turn towards after ACOWAR but Azriel? So I'm like, it's very weird that she was like taking that half step toward Lucian, and she was like being left alone to talk to him, and she was like kind of not wanting to like know him more, but she was more intrigued with Lucian. And then like Akafas is just total 180. All Azriel, doesn't want nothing to do with Lucian.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's really suspicious to me.
Yes. Yeah,
after she was like, "Oh, the swans, and then the queen is different, and he has the females," and I was like, odd.
Yeah, it's got to be the people that you like least.
Yeah.
So like Morrigan and Amryn, I feel like would be good targets just because like for the theory, right?
Yeah.
But like, what's gonna cut the deepest? You know?
Because it could
What do
be
you
like
think would cut the deepest?
What if it was Feyre?
Oh, we have
a lot of theories on that too.
We have theories about everybody.
Wait. Tell us why.
Yeah, give us a reason.
Oh gosh.
Give us many reasons.
Stay with
something happens with Nyx or Rhys.
Oh yeah. He's gonna
Um
protect her baby over anything else.
for sure. Something happens with with like the old world magic, and it's like somehow it interacts with Koshi and the cauldron and Nesta, or
Yes.
she betrays Nesta and therefore Cassian and like the inner circle.
It also makes sense because it's mentioned that her name is like one from the old world type
old
stuff.
dialects. Yep.
Yeah.
Amarantha.
Like
yeah.
Yeah. Amarantha had said, "Oh, that's like a name from the old world," or something like that.
Our earlier dialects. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Amanda, I'm dying to hear from you about this. What is your favorite theory that like you've seen in the ACOTAR world? It can or cannot be related to more, but what's your favorite? Or what's something you'd like to see happen?
Ooh. I think the one, okay, so I will say probably I first of all, I don't know much about, or haven't read a lot of like theories. So the one about Eris and Moore's kid, like that's a pretty, oof, yeah, shook. One I wish would happen. Well, I think I'm like everybody. I want Lucian to be happy.
Yes.
You know, I mean, and also something to happen with Tamlin too. You know,
yeah.
Because
yeah,
the punishment that Tamlin is putting himself through for Feyre.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the poor guy. Okay. And yeah, people be mad, whatever. I'm going to say it. Come at me. But like, I mean, from his perspective,
yes,
she was the most precious thing, and protecting and locking her away. Like, it was her choice not to eat. It was her choice to not like read or train or what. I mean,
Yes!
listen, if you could have done anything in the world or whatever,
Yeah.
you could learn to read.
What the hell?
Stop being illiterate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, I like having someone come and save him.
Going back to Briar.
I just want him to be saved. And I think
Yeah.
he, like, a woman should, like, somebody should save him for sure.
Like Briar.
That makes me so happy to hear that. That's like our whole thing is we completely agree with you.
The basis for the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they literally lost, like, the whole story began because they lost a friend and they took a chance on this human girl. And it's like, hey, can maybe somebody give them some grace, you know? And just, yeah, men need saving too.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that so much.
And that's why, like, I know Gwen and Azriel, but like I like maybe it's a priestess who's like learned to forgive like what happened with her, and then she comes in, and I know like Ianthe and that whole thing probably scarred Tamlin,
Like a
but
child of the blessed.
Like Briar. Yeah.
That's my theory.
You're really catering to Mel's theories
Her
right
name
now.
means wild bush of thorny roses. He helped save her. She's human for now. Like, just there's so like a doe about to be run down by a wolf, which was a callback to ACOTAR. There's so many clues in that one little scene of her.
I'm just saying that it was been so great, like getting your guys' perspective on like what jumps out at you versus like things that I just kind of glossed over.
Wait, we have to ask you a really big, important question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Farrah's pregnancy and Rhys telling everybody to shut the F up and more forcibly shut the F up, even though she and Farrah are like this? Why?
And what do you think Mora's reaction to that would have been if she was there?
Wait, say that again. I missed it. I'm sorry. My audio is sucking now.
What's your opinion on Rhys telling everyone to hide all the details about Farrah's pregnancy? And what do you think Moore's reaction would have been if she was actually like there in the moment?
Yeah.
Oh my God, bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Like,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that, dude.
I feel like he waited until she was gone. The same with Lucian. He waited until they were gone.
Just like how he specifically said to Nesta, even though you found it out, don't say anything. And Nesta went, that's my sister. Go F yourself.
I know. Yeah.
Yes, I just heard that the end of that, and yes.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Go F yourself. Yes.
Am I still here?
Yes.
You are.
Oh my gosh. Okay, awesome. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh, hi!
He said hi.
I'm frozen.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hey, it's okay. We can hear your lovely voice, though.
Yeah.
Wow, that
At least we
Yeah,
can hear
that-
you.
new headshot. New headshot. Gonna get all the jobs. Oh, adorable.
They'll know
adorable.
that you're expressive.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
we wanted
Go
to
ahead,
ask
Mel.
you one last question.
okay.
Would you consider doing follow-up episodes once you've read the Throne of Glass series and the Crescent City series?
Yes, absolutely.
Yay!
Absolutely.
That is wonderful.
Oh my gosh, because it's going to be really interesting, like her world building, and then like if any of these theories come true,
Yes.
like as the books come out, as like
Yes.
so
Because as of right
I'm
now,
really
you've
excited.
got like 11 books to read.
I know.
holy cow,
Oh
it'll be perfect. And then I'm going to
Yeah.
tell her all of the theories. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. We hope you have a great next 6 weeks too.
I know. If you can hear us.
Oh, thank you so much. I lost you there for a second.
Oh my God.
Did I lose you again? Am I here?
Oh, we got you.
Here.
Thank you, Amanda.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, and I will be in touch and reading all the theories that you guys come up
yes.
with. So,
I will send you my Tam one.
yes, please. He must be saved.
He must be saved. Brylan for the win. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Amanda just posted a story about us. I had the best time talking with these lovely folks and oversharing and indulging in all the theories. Thank you for having me.
We definitely overshared.
Oh my gosh.
And she made it to where my 2-hand joke can be continued.